continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear, on 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Tonight, many parents have been forced to take a more active role in their child's education with no clue where to start. The support group offering solutions to millions of families.
It is a move that could impact health insurance coverage for thousands of people here in our state, but whether it hurts or helps depends on whom you ask and what their politics may be.
And now that cloth masks are part of our everyday lives, they also need to become part of our laundry routine. We are testing masks to see how dirty they really get.
Yikes.
11Alive News Primetime on the ATL starts now.
First tonight on Primetime, police are investigating a case of suspected child abuse posted to Instagram. This video has been viewed more than 1 million times.
And the tips started pouring into law enforcement soon after, but as Joe Hankey found out today, it's taken some time to try to figure out what happened here.
Law enforcement from Athens to Jackson, Clayton, and Gwinnett counties have all spent time investigating the videos, with Gwinnett County Police today confirming they believe the incident took place in their county.
She gonna learn from me before she learned the hard way from somebody else.
3 Instagram videos posted this week totaling 36 minutes with 1 million+ views. A man is seen in a garage with a teenage girl he says is his daughter. We are not identifying him as police have not charged him with a crime. At times, he appears to hit her, pins her to the ground, and sits on her chest and neck. He describes it as punishment for breaking rules. And today, Gwinnett County Police told me that this is an active first-degree child cruelty investigation, but detectives have not confirmed exactly when or where the incident took place. In a 4th video, the man mentions the girl running away.
Now, what I was doing by sitting on my daughter's chest is trying to show her exactly how easy it is for somebody else to get control of her.
And after the videos were posted online, several law enforcement agencies began receiving phone calls and opened investigations. The Jackson County Sheriff tells me her investigators determined the incident did not take place in their county, but she still made sure to contact the state.
It wasn't something I wanted to stop with. I wanted us to contact the Family and Children's Services and make sure that this child is safe, because that's the bottom line to me, is to make sure she's safe.
A psychotherapist I talked with late this afternoon, he told me in addition to the alleged physical abuse, this girl could be dealing with mental and emotional trauma from the videos going viral.
Bully pulls you aside in school and bullies you and nobody's watching, you've got the problem of being bullied. But if they bully you in the schoolyard in front of everybody, then you've got this added thing of humiliation.
That's Joe Hankey reporting. Gwinnett County Police also telling Joe a detective has spoken with her and she is in a safe place. No word from police, though, if that means that she has been removed from that home or not.
A new report from the White House Coronavirus Task Force shows Georgia is making progress overall, but there are still concerns about hotspots in Hall, Cherokee, and Clark counties. Just over 1,900 new cases were reported statewide today by the Georgia Department of Health. That's down slightly from last week's average. 58 new deaths were reported, which is still very high for our state when you compare it to numbers we've seen throughout the pandemic. Hospitalizations are down again today. But testing numbers are still on a roller coaster ride, up one day, down the next. 15,000 new results were reported today, which may imply the higher numbers we saw yesterday could be from clearing out a backlog over the holiday weekend.
Police say a 15-year-old boy was shot and killed in Gwinnett County. It happened last night on Bernice Court. That's in Lawrenceville. Police telling us today it appears the shots were fired during a drug deal. At last check, they were still looking for the gunman. The man accused of killing his girlfriend and mother outside of a Dunwoody apartment complex faced a judge today. No bond was set for Justin Turner because of the seriousness of the charges. He will have to appear before a Superior Court judge to determine that. The victim's family says that Turner opened fire because Crystal Williams was trying to leave him. Her mother caught in the crossfire while trying to protect her daughter. A GoFundMe has now been set up for Williams' brother, who has also been shot, but he has survived and will prosper. If you would like to help, you can look for the story in As Seen on TV section of the 11Alive app. And the community rallying around a Douglas County Sheriff's deputy fighting for his life. Today, a virtual prayer vigil was held for Captain Ross Brown. He has been hospitalized for about a month with COVID. He's in the ICU even right now. Mr. Brown is a 32-year veteran of the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. The state of Georgia would save $90 million a year if it pulls out of the healthcare.gov, the insurance buying site that materialized the Affordable Care Act. But a report last week warned the move could cause thousands of Georgians to lose coverage. Doug Richards looking into both sides of this issue for you tonight.
The state says it wants to eliminate healthcare.gov because doing so would make it easier for health insurance buyers to find more health insurance choices.
It's a very limited marketplace.
Kyle Wingfield of the conservative Georgia Public Policy Foundation says healthcare.gov doesn't list many of the less expensive health insurance options available in Georgia. Governor Brian Kemp proposes eliminating healthcare.gov in Georgia and moving those customers to a state-backed site.
People can't see all the plans that they potentially could buy. They can only see the plans for which they'd be eligible for subsidies.
Don't those choices already exist? And doesn't this actually limit them?
The choices do exist if people know to go looking for them, but they have to go to multiple places.
Wingfield says the state would save $90 million a year if it pulled out of healthcare.gov.
And it would be able to stop sending that money up to Washington and could redirect the money to other purposes here.
It helped me have insurance.
Musician Jason Steele uses healthcare.gov, which he says helped get him insurance that covers a pre-existing condition. He doesn't want the state to eliminate the site.
By losing the healthcare.gov and the ease of use of that, what it is to be able to sign up, I probably wouldn't have been able to get insurance.
But Wingfield contends Governor Kemp is trying to improve health care coverage without costly expansion of Medicaid under Obamacare.
The current system isn't working very well for a lot of people. And so it's time to innovate and try to see if the private sector can do a better job than the government can.
The Brookings Institution says that Kemp's plan would cause tens of thousands of Georgians to lose their health care insurance. The Kaiser Family Foundation says nearly 130,000 Georgians have already left healthcare.gov since 2016.
Second Lady Karen Pence visiting Georgia today to raise awareness on mental health programs for veterans. She visited the Emory Healthcare Veterans Program, discussing efforts to help service members deal with stress or trauma. Her visit comes just days after President Trump was accused of making derogatory remarks about U.S. service members. We had no chance to ask Mrs. Pence about that. This video was provided by Emory, as no members of the local media were invited to attend today's tour. COVID-19 testing ramping up as health officials release new data showing more than a dozen outbreaks reported in Georgia schools last week. That story's ahead for you in prime time. And don't forget, we are streaming right now on our 11Alive YouTube channel. You can subscribe and join the conversation there in the community section. We've got more 11Alive news in prime time after the break.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning.
Georgia's Department of Health reports 23 outbreaks in schools statewide just last week. We found schools, prisons, and workplaces have had some of the highest outbreaks in COVID-19 since the pandemic started. But nursing homes and long-term care facilities still remain the #1 setting where outbreaks have occurred in the state. Hope Ford is breaking down the new data.
We're getting a better idea on the types of places that have been hit the most with COVID outbreaks. New data shows from August 30th to September 5th, 17 nursing homes reported outbreaks. That's in a 7-day period. And in the same time frame, 23 schools reported outbreaks, 4 prisons, and 11 workplaces. But take a closer look at the total numbers. Nursing homes and living care facilities top the list with 686 outbreaks, followed by prisons and jails with 190. Workplaces and schools are almost neck and neck with 184 and 183 outbreaks respectively. It's unclear how many positive cases it takes for the Georgia Department of Health to classify a COVID outbreak. However, the official definition they gave us is, quote, more than the expected number of cases in one place within a 14-day period. COVID isn't the only disease Georgia tracks. DPH also tracks hundreds of other outbreaks, from the flu to foodborne illnesses. So far, Georgia has had more COVID outbreak investigations than all of 2018 outbreaks combined.
Manufacturing facilities, churches, and daycares also rank fairly high on the total list of COVID outbreaks this year. The places with the least amount of outbreaks: swimming pools, private homes, and dialysis centers.
More than 2 million parents struggling through the pandemic are coming together to support each other during a virtual learning. Now, Caitlin Ross is connected with one local family to see how it is helping offer solutions.
I am a single parent running a business, trying to prevail, trying to get right, trying to make ends meet.
Monique Simmons and her 4 children were doing all right before the pandemic hit. But when COVID-19 started shutting things down, her business got hit immediately.
I was doing hair, and that business slowed down, the money slowed down.
She says she tried to file for unemployment, but could never get anyone on the phone.
I kept calling. I called the people I know 233 times.
Then the school shut down, and she struggled to teach all 4 of her children from home.
It was hard. They only want to give out 1 device per household.
She lives in Crisp County, where they do have the option to go back in person. But she says she would have had to sign a waiver releasing the district from any liability if her kids got sick. It just seemed like it was too big of a risk.
So when that was presented to me, I just did virtual learning. I didn't care how hard it was going to be.
She joined up with the nonprofit Parents Together to get support from other parents in similar situations. They share articles and tips about how to manage the situation while advocating for the federal government to provide more relief.
The government know that we stuck in a rock and a hard place.
She says Parents Together has made her feel less alone during a time that's been really isolating.
When I tell you this pandemic has shut down the world, it has literally affected us.
She joined the virtual community to get support, but also to elevate her voice and her concerns. Parents Together is a diverse group of parents who are all working together to try and get through this.
Well, did you feel it today? Yeah, the humidity level starting to come up a little bit after the very dry weather that we had over the weekend and the first part of the week, and the dew points are rising, and that means the humidity is also rising, the moisture content in the air making it feel a little more muggy, and that's going to be the case as we finish up the week with those dew points in the upper 60s to lower 70s, even going into the 70s by Monday, and that corresponds with those higher rain chances that we're going to see on Sunday and Monday as well. So here's a look at your weather headlines. Yep, the rain chances are going up. Tomorrow, about a 30% chance for showers, then a 50% chance on Friday and Saturday, 60% chance on Sunday and also on Monday. So it's going to remain unsettled into the weekend. At this point, we don't see anything with a big threat for severe storms or anything. Just know we'll have some of that off and on rain and still a lot of activity going on in the tropics. Here's what we're watching tonight. Temperatures will be falling into the 70s during the evening hours and then staying mild overnight. By tomorrow morning, we'll be in those lower 70s, but it looks like we'll be mainly rain-free overnight here in Atlanta. Over on the east side, though, we are watching a few of those showers. That's where that moisture's coming from, off of the Atlantic. We're going to be up to about 86 tomorrow for a high temperature, mixture of sunshine and clouds, and some scattered showers, about a 30% chance for that. So we're just going to go with the 7 on the wasometer. That's our scale from 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day. Tonight, most of those lighter showers over to the east of us, but I think we'll be dry here in Atlanta. In the morning, starting off with a pretty good coverage of clouds around, a couple of light showers possible over on the east side, and then at lunchtime tomorrow, low rain chances in the afternoon, about a 30% chance for some scattered showers around, and then on Friday we'll also see a mix of sun and clouds to start the day, but the rain chances coming up just a little bit more for your Friday afternoon at about 50% for the Friday afternoon time frame and into the evening hours as well. Watching a couple of potential tropical systems out there. This one off the coast of the Carolinas, about a 30% chance of developing over the next couple of days or the next 5 days. But whether or not it becomes a tropical depression or a tropical storm, it is still going to bring moisture in to the Atlantic coastline, and some of that coming into our area, really increasing our rain chances. And then there's another one coming off the coast of Africa. This one has a 50% chance of developing over the next 2 days, 80% chance over the next 5 days. And then we also have Paulette right here. And there's Renee. I want to show you the spaghetti model plots. First, for the one off of North Carolina, you can see that coming in and then kind of dying out. And then the other storms that we have out there, both of these indicating that they're going to be curving away from land. So we'll keep a close eye on those, Paulette and also Renee. 86 degrees for a high temperature on Thursday, and then on Friday up to 87. But look how the rain chances go from 30% Thursday to 50% on Friday. Also Saturday, a 50% chance for showers, and then a 60% chance for Sunday and Monday, back to 40% Tuesday and Wednesday, with high temperatures cooling off a little bit by the middle of the week to about 80 degrees.
Jeff, it is finally that time of year again. NFL football returning tomorrow night on 11Alive. The reigning Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, will take on the Houston Texans.
I mean, how does it get better than Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes going against each other?
A hometown guy there.
You bet. Deshaun Watson, what a player, you know. He's in a tough situation with Houston with all the offensive problems they have, and DeAndre Hopkins out of there. All right. Now we move on, as you sort of sent me into the world of talking about sports and talking about the NFL. Here's Maria Martin to talk about some of the teams of our home that are now joining in on the mix.
It's the 2 words football fans have been dying to hear.
Game week. It's finally game week.
Football in Georgia makes its triumphant return this weekend, with Georgia Tech taking on Florida State on Saturday, and the Falcons opening up their NFL schedule against the Seattle Seahawks.
These opening games on all the teams, there'll be some what coaches would refer to as unscouted looks.
Of course, more teams will join in the following weeks, like UGA, for example, who's ready to create a sense of normalcy, even though everything will be far from that.
Football and in particular athletics in general, I think it
allows everyone to move away from that space.
As you could imagine, fans and armchair quarterbacks will likely be in midseason form by week 1.
You know, I think I'm a better decision maker.
But how are the players feeling?
I don't think it's going to take 4 weeks for it to get back to what everybody is used to seeing.
You know what they say, you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So I've been ready, I'm ready to go.
Weeks of practicing with only their teammates, there is finally an opponent on the other side.
A couple scrimmages, we were just, trying to light each other up.
Besides the threat of getting hit, the threat of coronavirus.
We are following the protocols.
Players, coaches, and support staff at all levels are doing everything they can to keep the game safe for themselves and, of course, their opponents.
Guys are not going out or even, going to restaurants and stuff like that. We're following the protocols.
Stadiums will be at limited capacity, so much so that even UGA won't be allowed in. But one thing's for sure, there'll be backs, sacks, first downs, and touchdowns. Quarantine just got a little more exciting because it's game week.
The trial for a promising COVID-19 vaccine is on hold. Ahead, we give you perspective on how common this is and what it means for the timeline of a vaccine.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams.
Clinical trials for the University of Oxford's COVID-19 vaccine are on hold due to safety concerns. Drug maker AstraZeneca is investigating if a British patient's serious side effects are linked to the shot. In a statement, the company says it's pausing vaccinations to look into a, quote, potentially unexplained illness. AstraZeneca and Oxford University just entered phase 3 of U.S. trials last week, already recruiting 30,000 participants. 2 other possible vaccines produced by other drug makers are also in this crucial phase.
Recruiting minorities for these clinical trials remains a major issue. The population still not diverse enough to develop a vaccine that's going to work for everybody. Emory's top infectious disease specialist, Dr. Carlos Del Rio, whom we've gotten to know very well over the last 8 or 9 months, talked about it during a briefing today. Christy Diaz listened in.
It's hard sometimes to enroll minorities for a variety of reasons. Many of them are systemic issues of racism and discrimination, right?
Dr. Carlos Del Rio says even though abuse of minorities in clinical research doesn't happen anymore, there's a legacy that's hard to overcome.
There's a history of Tuskegee. There's a history of Henrietta Lacks. A lot of time as investigators, we spend time gaining the trust of the community.
COVID-19 has hit the African American population disproportionately. That's why Dr. Del Rio says it is critical to have African American, Hispanic, and other minority representation in the trials to make an effective vaccine.
The point is that the populations most impacted and most affected need to be represented in the trials.
At Emory, they have a recruitment team that works in the community they serve.
Our recruitment team is primarily African American and Hispanic individuals who can actually go to the community. They look like the community. They can then talk to people in the community.
Emory is working with Moderna on a clinical trial as we speak and is actively recruiting with the goal of finding people age 65 and up with 30 to 40% minority involvement.
If and when we have a vaccine ready, if you didn't have enrollment of minorities, then people are going to say, well, why should I put the vaccine in myself? And the reality is we need minorities to be the first in line for the vaccine.
If you didn't receive a stimulus check this summer and think you qualify for one, you want to check your mailbox. The IRS says 9 million Americans have yet to claim their checks. These are people who typically do not file tax returns and need to register to claim the $1,200 check. The IRS will start mailing letters later this month to anyone who has not received theirs. If you are one of them, you'll have until October 15th to file your claim.
Many of us are wearing masks every day, whether we're going to the store, work, or even school. How about all of us wearing masks? But just how often should you be washing your mask? And could it be causing pimples? Oh no, not another fear. That's coming up next.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
final phase of Gwinnett County School reopening plan is now in the books. Today, thousands of students headed back to the classroom in the state's largest school district. 11Alive's Brittany Klein-Peter, who does some really good stories for us, spoke to parents and teachers about how things unfolded today.
I have not had to ask one sixth grader to keep on their mask. They keep it on the entire day. So far, I think it's going as great as it could be.
Getting back on track in Gwinnett County, more than 71,000 students in all grades went to class at school on Wednesday. It was a part of the district's final phase for in-person learning for parents who chose that option. But parents, along with students and teachers, agree things definitely look different.
Can't play in the playground and we can't share to help out, and we have to stay in our area.
We're so used to coming together in a big group on the carpet and sharing materials and playing games together, and we can't do all of that. So it just feels very unnatural.
I asked my daughter yesterday, in fact, about how she's feeling about wearing a mask all day long, and she said that she's used to it.
First grade teacher Liz Hodup returned to the classroom. She brought her first grade son with her, but kept her two older children at home.
I mean, I know every family has to make the choice for themselves that they feel benefits them the most. It's just weird being on the teacher end and the parent end of an in-person kid and digital kids. Just trying to find the balance of it all has been kind of crazy.
The families I spoke with said that the biggest differences they've seen include smaller class sizes, one-way hall directions, and taking breaks to disinfect surfaces. A district spokesperson says 106,000 students are still learning virtually.
A unique approach to bringing change after months of nationwide protests surrounding racial injustice. Two women are making a big investment trying to create economic mobility within the Black community. Natisha Lance shows us how.
Around the country, voices of a growing movement could not be silenced after the deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery.
Just kind of sparked something inside of us.
Renee Walters was among the crowd shouting for change. Now she's turning her protest into investment.
We've done the Facebook activism, the protesting, everything. That's not working for us. So it's time for us to action, action, action.
She teamed up with her friend Ashley and 17 other families to buy more than 96 acres near Toomsboro, Georgia. That's about 2 hours outside of Atlanta.
This is our answer to breaking generational curses.
Their inspiration was Black Wall Street, a self-sustaining Black community in Tulsa, Oklahoma back in the 1920s. The Friends wanted to create a place to build generational wealth that can be a safe haven for other Black families.
We're planning on recycling our Black dollar between the 19 families that are a part of our organization. That's what really Black Wall Street was about that local economy, that hyper-local economy.
The group of families, now called the Georgia Freedom Initiative, have a lot of ideas for the land that used to be a lumber farm, but they plan to take their time to create the refuge and change they want to see.
We can't wait for anyone to do anything for us, to come save us. It starts with us.
The Brookings Institute reports the wealth of white families is nearly 10 times greater than that of Black families. The Georgia Freedom Initiative plans to start development within the next 3 to 4 months. They eventually want to change the name of the town to Freedom, Georgia.
The western region of the U.S. facing an uphill battle as more than 80 major fires are burning from Washington state to Southern California. Colorado has a mess on their hands as well, some in Wyoming as well. Hundreds of thousands on edge to see if the winds will drive fires to their door. Jennifer Bjorkland joins us live with more from Monrovia, California.
Oregon under siege. Overnight flames devouring everything in their path, forcing most in the city of Medford, population about 82,000, to flee to safety.
It wasn't no time before it went from just a little campfire smoke to just what you see now.
Multiple fires burning across the state, the governor calling it a once-in-a-generation event. In Washington state, most of the town of Malden, just ash, the post office and fire station destroyed. Across the region, an estimated 85 major fires are burning, fanned by powerful winds and triple-digit heat. California battling more than 24 large ones, the latest, the Bear Fire, part of the North Complex fire, exploding overnight, forcing tens of thousands to evacuate in the town of Oroville. The largest inferno, the Creek Fire near Fresno, still 0% containment. The Bobcat Fire has doubled in size near Los Angeles. And outside San Diego, the Valley Fire is moving dangerously close to the city. Even where there are no flames, there is still smoke, painting morning skies from parts of Oregon to San Francisco an ominous orange, the Bay Area bathed in a smoky haze. Tens of thousands of firefighters across the western U.S. battle the flames as residents battle comprehension.
I don't know what to do.
What's been lost already in this record and heartbreaking fire season?
All right, well, they have become part of our daily routines. You know, who would know us without our masks? That's where we are in 2020. But most probably are not washing or replacing their masks as often as you should. There's nothing worse than having a conversation with someone who has a dirty mask. And that's what's going on right now. Could it be making you sick? Here we go. Wash your mask or get a new one. Here we go. A story that you will want to see. This is Vicki Wynn.
We wear them almost everywhere we go. From the grocery store to working out, our face masks are on. Our kids even wearing them in the classroom. While they help prevent the spread of COVID-19, just how dirty can they get?
To find out, we're enlisting the help of our Today family. I brought brown paper bags for everyone. I'm going to hand them to y'all, and then I need you to just put your masks inside the bag with your name on it, and then let's swab them and see what's on the outside, what's on the inside. Craig, this is for you.
Okay.
Savannah.
Right.
I don't even really want to do
I
this.
know mine's filthy. I can tell you right now.
You think yours is clean?
No, it's pretty good.
Mine is filthy.
I do disposable, so how dirty can mine possibly be?
Hoda, we've seen your purse, so don't be too overconfident.
I vote Savannah's is the grossest.
Oh.
That's my guess.
Dylan and Chanel hand over their face masks too.
This is going to be a good experiment.
I also add mine into the mix. I've been wearing it all week. I get to work with special sterile swabs. They won't detect if coronavirus is present on a mask, but they will pick up any bacteria.
Savannah's mask.
I start with Savannah's.
Cute mask.
First, I get the inside of each mask, the part that touches your nose and mouth.
All right, gotcha, Hoda.
I change gloves in between each mask. And I use a different swab on the outside.
Outside of Dylan's mask here, this is Chanel's. Outside of her pretty pristine, brand new looking mask.
Remember, the outside of the mask is the part we likely touch the most with our hands.
Stylish mask, Craig. That looks like a coffee stain.
I label each swab, and then they're off to the lab.
Here you go, Dr. Whittier.
We enlist the help of Columbia University microbiologist Dr. Susan Whittier. She transfers whatever's on the swabs to a petri dish. After 72 hours, the results are in.
All right, drum roll, please. This is the moment we've been waiting for.
So these are the swabs that we cultured.
Whose masks had nothing on them?
DD was negative.
Dylan Dreyer, you found no bacteria on the outside or the inside of her mask?
Not one colony.
But what about the rest of us? Savannah, Hoda, Chanel, and I all have skin bacteria growing on the inside of our masks.
That does make sense because a large majority of the mask is on your chin or, above your nose.
They can't make you sick.
Right. That's just our normal skin flora, our normal skin bacteria that we would find on, 100% of people.
And outside the masks, Craig had a little skin bacteria. But Savannah and Hoda?
There was a lot of growth. It was quite surprising. It was like, oh my gosh.
And you're a scientist.
Yes, exactly.
Take a look. The swabs from Savannah and Hoda's masks picked up the most bacteria. Each had a different strain of Pseudomonas, a bacteria found in tap water.
It's not harmful. I would see that as kind of an indication of somebody touching the outside of their mask with damp or wet hands.
Good to know. Your dirty mask probably won't get you sick, but it can cause skin irritation and even outbreaks.
What is maskne? Is it real?
Yes, maskne is absolutely real. I know because I suffer from it myself.
Dr. Mona Gohara is an associate clinical professor of dermatology at Yale School of Medicine.
Maskne comes from friction and rubbing. It's also coming from the fact that there's moistness and humidity under those masks.
And she says some mask materials are better for your skin than others.
The masks that are better at preventing acne are cotton masks and disposable masks. And that's because they're lighter and more breathable. The masks that can promote maskne are those made of polyester and rayon, because the humidity gets trapped under them.
But you can prevent maskne by washing your mask often. Dermatologists suggest if you have sensitive skin, try using the same cleanser to wash your mask that you use on your face. Tips to keep you and your skin healthy during the pandemic.
So now we know why there are people refusing to wear masks at long last. Vicky says she was surprised there was no big difference in the cleanliness of the cloth mask versus the disposable mask. And Dylan, who is the weather woman, was disposable. There was no bacteria, and there was also nothing major found on Craig Melvin's mask, which was cloth. Mine has some marinara and garlic in it, but aside from that, that's about it.
Some very interesting results there. All right, something a lot of folks are going to be sorry to hear. Georgia production The Walking Dead has announced its final season.
Oh, no.
AMC announced today the longtime zombie apocalypse television drama will end with an expanded 2-year 11th season. So that does give you a little bit of time to say goodbye, to catch up before that finale. All seasons of the show have been filmed in Sonoy, Georgia, which has become Walking Dead country for fans and tourists. In 2007, there were only 5 businesses on Main Street. Today, though, there are more than 85 businesses in town with 0 vacancies. A singer from Kennesaw has the chance to make the finale of America's Got Talent. The show's semifinals aired last night. Shakira McGrath stunned the judges with her rendition of Fleetwood Mac's The Chain.
Oh, she is great.
Yeah, a lot of folks
really
talking about her, rooting her on. Well, she says the AGT experience has been life-changing.
This experience has changed everything for me. So before AGT, I wasn't pursuing singing at all. And this has completely changed that. It's opened my eyes to see, even more so than before, that this is something that I really do love and that I really do want to go after. So I'm appreciative of this experience for that alone.
Probably a good decision there. The 5 acts advancing to the finals will be announced on tonight's show, which is airing over on 11Alive.
She is so talented. Give her the title. I mean, just let her walk away with it. She's amazing. Is Halloween about to become collateral damage from the pandemic? One major city is already saying there will be no trick-or-treating this year, kids. None.
Cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your
President Trump under fire today after new audio recordings reveal he knew how dangerous the coronavirus was weeks before the first confirmed death in the United States. The president told the Washington Post Bob Woodward in a series of taped interviews that the virus was airborne, deadly, and affected young people. He also said he was purposely downplaying the threat to avoid panic as the pandemic was starting to take off. Alice Barr in Washington with the very latest details on how the White House is now responding.
The Washington Post reporting today that in taped interviews for a bombshell new book by acclaimed journalist Bob Woodward, President Trump admitted back in February he knew how deadly coronavirus was, even though he went on to downplay the threat to the American public.
You just breathe the air, and that's how it's passed. And so that's a very tricky one. That's a very delicate one. It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus.
A month later, the president acknowledged that young people were at risk.
Now it's turning out it's not just old people, Bob. Just today and yesterday, some startling facts came out. It's not just older young people, to plenty of young people.
And said he was purposely playing down just how serious the virus was.
I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
Yes, sir.
Because I don't want to create a panic.
Between those two interviews, this is what the president told the country.
It's a little like the regular flu that we have flu shots for. And we'll essentially have a flu shot for this in a fairly quick manner.
President Trump today justifying what he did not tell the American people.
We don't want to run around screaming, shouting, oh, look at this, look at this. We have to show leadership. And leadership is all about confidence.
Joe Biden responding today on the campaign trail in Michigan.
And while this deadly disease ripped through our nation, he failed to do his job on purpose. It was a life and death betrayal of the American people.
The president's own words recorded with his permission, now being used against him, undercutting his message on fighting the pandemic.
Washington Post saying that Bob Woodward's new book also covers race relations, diplomacy with North Korea, among other topics. It is scheduled to be released next week.
A small part of the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris reopened to the public today, nearly a year and a half after a major fire. The whole world watched as the iconic church went up in flames and was nearly destroyed. One area spared by the fire, the archaeological crypt, but it did fill with dangerous lead dust that had to be carefully cleaned and vacuumed. Today, visitors finally had their first look at the cleaned ruins, but the cathedral still faces a challenge to rebuild. The French president says he would like to see it open by 2024. More than 160 human rights advocacy groups delivered a joint letter to the International Olympic Committee asking them to reconsider having the 2022 Winter Olympic Games in China because of Beijing's human rights record. China denounced the move as an attempt to politicize sports. Beijing is facing increased international backlash over its treatment of the indigenous ethnic Uyghur population in Xinjiang and new security laws in Hong Kong. Well, it's a trick or treat or not. Los Angeles County officials banned door-to-door knocking because of the risk of coronavirus and not being able to safely practice social distancing. But it appears there may have already been a change of heart. The LA Times is just one media outlet now reporting the government is walking back the previous decision after less than a day. The paper says the government now says trick-or-treating is just not recommended.
I'm meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11Alive Storm Trackers. If you like dry weather, on this map, you look for the blue color, which indicates the drier air. And we have some of that over North Georgia, back into Alabama, and also Tennessee. The more moist weather, or more moisture in the atmosphere, is indicated by the yellows and then the oranges and the reds, and that's coming off of the Atlantic coastline. And that's what we're going to be dealing with over the next few days, with an increase in that moisture content moving in, kind of battling that dry air and that moisture wanting to move in here. So tomorrow's rain chances aren't going to be huge, about a 30% chance for some scattered showers to develop. And then as we head into Friday, more of that moisture tries to stream into our area, and then even more on Saturday, and then check this out on Sunday and into Monday. It's that easterly flow that's picking up some of that Atlantic moisture and spreading it into our area. That'll give us those highest rain chances, we think, Sunday and Monday. And then they come back down a little bit on Tuesday as well. So that'll be a good thing if we can bring those rain chances down just a bit for Tuesday and also into Wednesday. Today's high, 84 degrees. That's right where we should be for this time of year. This is the average high for today's date. Our low this morning was still on the mild side at 70. We should be around 67 for this time of year. No rain officially at Hartsfield Jackson. Most people did stay dry today. The rain surplus is just under 13 inches above where we should be in rainfall for the year. We'll go up to 86 tomorrow, about a 7 on the wazometer. That's our scale from 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day. A mix of sun and clouds, and little better chance for showers in the afternoon, about a 30% chance for that. You see tonight, we're going to be mainly dry. Just a couple of showers over on the east side that I think will be very light. And then in the morning, mostly cloudy skies. A couple of spotty light showers possible on the east side, mainly dry at noontime, but in the afternoon, that 30% chance that you'll get hit by one of these showers. And then on Friday, this easterly flow just continues here, and it's tapping into that moisture coming in off of the Atlantic, and that'll give us a better rain chance for after lunch, we think, on Friday and into the evening hours as well, with those rain chances going up to about 50%. And some of that is thanks to this potential tropical system that's off the coast of the Carolinas. It looks like it'll come in most likely as an area of low pressure near the South Carolina, North Carolina coastline. Whether or not it becomes a tropical depression or an actual storm, it's still going to bring in some rain into those areas, and that's what's going to enhance our rain chances a bit, thanks to that easterly flow. And then also, we have Renee and Paulette out there too. Both of these storms, we'll keep an eye on these. Paulette looks like it's going to curve away from the Atlantic coastline, and then Renee is going to kind of hang out in the Atlantic for a while, but we think that that won't make it to the United States either. But a lot to watch, where tomorrow is the statistical peak of hurricane season. 86 for a high Thursday, about a 30% chance for showers, and then those rain chances ramping up for Friday and Saturday at 50%, even a 60% chance for showers Sunday and Monday, and then back down to 40% Tuesday and Wednesday as that drier air starts to move in. Also a little cooler too, with highs near 80 by Wednesday.
COVID talk at the ballpark. The governor spotted at the Braves game talking about his predictions on the coronavirus.
Thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during Primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11 Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice?
A unique conversation out at Truist Park during the Braves-Marlins games last night.
A much lighter interview with Governor Kemp on everything from COVID to the economic future of Georgia. Here's Nick Sturdivant.
So we're glad that baseball and sports are back.
What started off as a conversation about sports quickly shifted to how Georgia is handling the coronavirus pandemic.
We're continuing to open up our economy, and as good as we've been doing the last several weeks, you think about what we've been opening during that time, and that is our schools and our universities, and it's not without issues.
Governor Brian Kemp weighing in during Tuesday's Braves-Marlins game. Kemp discussing everything from schools reopening to what the future could hold.
Well, you know, we've made incredible progress with our COVID numbers. Our percent positive continues to drop. Our number of cases has been dropping. Our hospitalizations, which is one of the most important things that I look at, that has dropped. We're in a really good spot right now.
Tuesday, nearly 23,000 COVID test results statewide were released. That's more than double the test on Monday. As of Tuesday, there were about 1,600 coronavirus patients in hospitals across Georgia. Kemp says he's hopeful to get fans in the stands, not only at Truist Park, but elsewhere.
I believe that we're going to see college football with some sort of fan base there, is my hope.
Ahead in Primetime, an effort to recruit thousands of young poll workers is underway for Election Day. Next, why it could be so crucial to the results we see here in Georgia.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscast, not enough for you? Get even.
UGA's live mascot Uggo will not be able to attend football games this season because of the limitations on who can be on the field due to COVID. It is the first time since '09 Georgia won't have its mascot on the field. For the Braves, Ozzie Albies will be allowed on the field. He's been out since the first week of August with a wrist injury. The Braves need him after losing just their third series of the season this weekend to the Marlins. Albies explained how hard it was to be stuck at home.
It's tough because, as all you guys know, I like to play every day and I like to be out there. And the toughest thing was just watch the game on TV and, I'm sitting home, boring, cannot do anything besides just wait and wait and wait.
Highlights of the Braves and Marlins coming up later in the news at 10, not that far away.
11Alive News Primetime on the ATL starts now.
We begin the 9 o'clock hour with a look ahead to November. A crucial part of making any election work is having enough people running the polls. Georgia needs 1,000 more, thousands more. Poll workers check your ID and help you operate the voting machines. The state says it needs to recruit about 5,000 more for November 3rd, just 55 days away. Cheryl Preheim has more.
You could literally be a poll worker and create a lot of change.
There is an effort to recruit a new generation to get active on Election Day beyond voting.
We're always told, vote, vote, vote. And yes, you should vote. But also we need young people to take up the reins to actually work the polls.
Traditionally, most poll workers are over age 60, high risk for COVID-19, so many are choosing not to work this year.
So the fact that I was able to be a young person on site.
Evan Marlborough worked the primary in Metro Atlanta.
And the fact that my precinct was able to run smoothly is a testament to the fact that why we need more younger people like me at the polls.
He knew he needed to help find more young workers after some precincts saw hours-long lines. He went on Instagram, helped bring on 700 workers, a dent into the greater need less than 2 months from Election Day. Atlanta Dream star Renee Montgomery is part of More Than a Vote. LeBron James started it to fight voter suppression.
When it comes to voter suppression and poll workers, they're synonymous because you need all of it to work right.
The arena where she played until taking a year off to focus on activism has a solution. The Atlanta Hawks will utilize all its arena staff, 350 workers. Fulton County will train them to staff the 700,000 square foot voting space for Election Day.
The Atlanta Hawks says the primary was their preseason. 150 employees worked the polls. It went really smooth there. They are more than doubling the poll workers, knowing there will be exponentially more voters for the general election. If you'd like to help out, here are the qualifications listed on the Georgia Secretary of State's website. A poll worker must be a U.S. citizen and a resident of the county they want to work in. Be at least 16 years of age. You need to be able to read, write, and speak English. Then, of course, there are restrictions for candidates and immediate relatives of candidates. Now, we posted a link for you to apply to be a poll worker on 11alive.com. You can also read more about the requirements and responsibilities if you're chosen. Second Lady Karen Pence visiting Georgia today to raise awareness on mental health programs for veterans. She visited the Emory Healthcare Veterans Program, talking about efforts to help service members deal with stress or trauma. Her visit comes just days after President Trump was accused of making derogatory remarks about U.S. service members. We had no opportunity to ask Mrs. Pence about that. This video was provided by Emory, as local media were not invited to attend today's tour. The fact-checking website PolitiFact says Senator David Perdue's claims that he wants to protect pre-existing conditions and health insurance are false. It cites a commercial that ran last month in his votes to repeal the Affordable Care Act. 11Alive's Doug Richards has more.
The Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, is the federal law that currently protects pre-existing conditions. It's the only part of that law on which both political parties generally agree. The Affordable Care Act has been under fire since Donald Trump became president, including Republican efforts to repeal it and efforts to strike it down in court. But here's what Republican Senator David Perdue said in his recent commercial.
Health insurance should always cover pre-existing conditions for anyone, period.
PolitiFact describes the ad as false because Senator Perdue voted to repeal the Affordable Care Act and that a Perdue-sponsored bill to replace the ACA contained a loophole that could exclude pre-existing conditions. That bill never got a vote. Perdue is running for re-election against Democrat Jon Ossoff.
And that's not leadership, that's deceit.
Is your answer Medicare for all or something like that?
No, I support a nonprofit public option, and I will always protect Georgians' right to buy private insurance.
Is the public option you support under the Affordable Care Act?
Yeah, exactly.
Senator Perdue's campaign, as well as his Senate office, did not respond to our request for comment to clarify his support for pre-existing conditions or to comment on the PolitiFact rating.
Perspective and analysis, that's what our 11Alive political team is working to bring you as we race toward the November election. So if there's a topic you'd like us to cover, send us an email, weareatlspeaks@11alive.com.
I'm meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11Alive Storm Trackers. Once again, you see my phone here in the camera shot because I'm talking about 250, well, just almost up to 275 people. It just went over 275 as folks are logging in right now. We're having a conversation. We just started talking about the changes that we're dealing with where we had such dry weather over the long holiday weekend. Yesterday was nice, but today we started feeling those changes with the humidity levels rising as well as the cloud cover increasing and some folks even picking up some showers. Now you can see these as they're coming in from the west. This isn't impressive. We're just talking about a few scattered showers along with this. Most of this rain is coming in from South Carolina and also North Carolina. Look at this little bit that just came through Athens. It did come down in the form of some light rain in the Athens area. More moisture though building in from the Atlantic, and that's going to keep feeding in here. We have a potential tropical system off of the Atlantic coastline. Even if it doesn't develop into a tropical depression or a tropical storm, it's still going to spread more moisture our way. We're kind of tapping into some of that moisture thanks to this easterly flow. Take a live look out there right now. This is our tower cam. This is in Athens, and you can see the roads are wet right there as we're looking down on downtown and the arch right there at the entrance of North Campus, but nothing really heavy there, just a few lighter showers. Now let me show you what we've been seeing with those changes. We've gone from really dry weather with comfortable dew points that were in the 50s over the weekend to now more humid weather coming our way. And you can see that there through the Thursday, Friday, Saturday time frame where that moisture content is higher and even higher Sunday and Monday. That's going to correspond with those higher rain chances too. Stay with us. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a minute.
All right, we are making progress, but there are still areas of concern. That's the takeaway for Georgia from the latest White House coronavirus task force report. Two of the biggest concerns, low testing numbers and spikes in cases in Clark, Cherokee, and Hall counties. Overall, the state reported more than 1,900 new cases today and 58 additional deaths. The final phase of Gwinnett County's school reopening plans is in the books. Today, thousands of students headed back to the classroom in the state's largest school district. 11Alive's Brittany Klein-Peter spoke to parents and teachers about how things unfolded today.
I have not had to ask one sixth grader to keep on their mask. They keep it on the entire day. So far, I think it's going as great as it could be.
Getting back on track in Gwinnett County, more than 71,000 students in all grades went to class at school on Wednesday. It was a part of the district's final phase for in-person learning for parents who chose that option. But parents, along with students and teachers, agree things definitely look different.
We can't play on the playground and we can't share to help out, and we have to stay in our area.
We're so used to coming together in a big group on the carpet and sharing materials and playing games together, and we can't do all of that. So it just feels very unnatural.
I asked my daughter yesterday, in fact, about how she's feeling about wearing a mask all day long, and she said that she's used to it.
First grade teacher Liz Hodup returned to the classroom. She brought her first grade son with her, but kept her two older children at home.
I mean, I know every family has to make the choice for themselves that they feel benefits them the most. It's just weird being on the teacher end and the parent end of an in-person kid and digital kids. Just trying to find the balance of it all has been kind of crazy.
The families I spoke with said that the biggest differences they've seen include smaller class sizes, one-way hall directions, and taking breaks to disinfect surfaces. A district spokesperson says 106,000 students are still learning virtually.
Olympic athletes and fans got some reassuring news from Tokyo on the postponed Olympic Games. Japanese officials say they have a plan for holding the Games next year at any cost. Contingencies are being readied for whatever happens with the pandemic. NBC's Keir Simmons reports from London.
The delayed Tokyo Olympics will be held at any cost, a senior Japanese minister says. For many athletes, that positive signal offering a mixture of relief and excitement.
This is like the first time I'm hearing this, so this is like real time. Actually, I think it's tremendous. It gives me a sense of peace.
Japan's Olympic minister announcing, quote, the games have to be held no matter what it takes.
This decision makes me excited because now I know surely that I have something that I can truly prepare for.
This morning, Japan's Olympic spokesman telling me from Tokyo they're planning for the worst while hoping for the best.
Which means holding the Olympics even if there is still the coronavirus.
This is why we are taking this approach to come together, coming up with the COVID-19 countermeasures.
On the Tokyo Olympics website, athletes from many nations pledging to keep training.
I decided not to give up, and that's part of the Olympic spirit.
Officials say they are learning from events like the US Open. They say it's possible there will be no spectators. The new message of next year's Games, a world torn apart by coronavirus, will reunite, stronger together. And more on what this COVID-19 countermeasures proposal suggests, it says that athletes may stay outside of the Olympic Village and have their access to the village and to venues carefully managed. But Olympic officials tell me that while there may be a reduction in spectators, there are no plans. There will not be a reduction in the numbers of athletes. The IOC vice president saying this week this will be the Games that conquers COVID.
Still ahead tonight, infrared thermometers popping up in businesses and schools all across the country. But could they pose a risk to your health? Our Verify team digs into the science. And don't forget, we are streaming right now on the 11Alive YouTube channel. You can subscribe and join the conversation in the community section. We've got more 11Alive news in prime time after the break.
News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today. different concerns for those students returning to in-person classes this fall. Most schools have put precautions in, like checking the temperatures, but a viewer contacted us worried that they could actually be harmful. So our Verify team set out to check the facts. Here's Jennifer Bellamy.
The concern is whether the infrared thermometers can damage a specific part of your brain. A viewer asking us, is it ever wise to aim an infrared laser light at the pineal gland? So we went to 11Alive medical expert Dr. Sujatha Reddy, who has been practicing medicine for over 2 decades.
So it actually is one of the safest ways there is for us to get through this pandemic because there is no contact. What the thermometer is doing is it's picking up essentially the amount of heat generated by the person you're pointing it at. The thermometer really isn't putting anything into that person. It's got a sensor.
The pineal gland produces hormones, specifically melatonin, and has been called the third eye. The viewer who contacted us was concerned pointing the thermometer at the gland could cause damage. But Dr. Reddy says the gland isn't even near the area being scanned.
The pineal gland is actually in the middle of your brain, really closer to the back of your head. It's not anywhere near your forehead.
So it's verified.
An infrared thermometer isn't going to damage your brain in any way.
If you have something you'd like for us to verify, you can send us your questions to verify@11alive.com.
There's hope a vaccine will end the pandemic, but medical professionals are expressing concerns. Clinical trials have failed to recruit enough minorities. Reveal investigator Rebecca Lindstrom talks with one woman about why she's getting involved.
Ashley Neely has never had COVID, but she may carry the antibodies anyway. That's because she just finished getting her second vaccine shot for the virus.
I do feel like I'm a part of history, and I'm hoping that this will help.
Neely knows medicine isn't one size fits all. You need to test treatments on different age and race groups. But a lot of Black people don't trust the medical system.
We've had a long history of us being abused and used and stuff involuntary and being lied to. Some of my friends were supportive. They definitely was like, you're being really brave, you're doing a great thing. And then, of course, some of my friends that are a little more blunt, called me crazy.
But knowing she's one of 30,000 people in the phase 3 vaccine trial gives her a bit of comfort. And Dr. Carlos Del Rio, a distinguished professor of medicine at Emory University School of Medicine, hopes there are more people like her enthusiastic to get involved.
You want to be sure that the most affected populations are represented.
In Georgia, Black people represent at least a quarter of our COVID cases, but so far in the Moderna study, they only make up 10% of its participants. And Pfizer, which is developing the vaccine Neely is testing, has only 7% Black representation.
If and when we have a vaccine ready, if you didn't have enrollment of minorities, then people are going to say, well, why should I put the vaccine in myself? And the reality is we need minorities to be the first in line for the vaccine.
News this week that AstraZeneca is putting its trial on hold after a participant had a serious adverse reaction doesn't relieve any fears.
That's how clinical research works. That is what clinical trials do. You are continuously seeing if there's any issues.
And the delay will allow the company to determine if the adverse reaction is even related to the vaccine. As for Neely, she says after her first shot, her arm was a bit sore.
I was very fatigued the next morning when I woke up, and I had some body aches and sweating, but it only lasted about 24 hours.
She says the worst part has been the actual COVID test, but hopefully today was her last one ever.
But I figured this is the only way we can get out of this pandemic.
The studies do take time. Neely says it's taken her about 4 hours on each of her visits, and she'll have to keep coming back every few months for the next 2 years. But if you do have the time and the heart to help, you can go to coronaviruspreventionnetwork.org. We'll be sure to put a link to that site on our website as well.
The fall semester may have just started, but the nation's colleges and universities have already seen tens of thousands of COVID cases on campuses. And as CNN's Bianna Golardria reports, there is no clear roadmap for what to do next.
Just a few weeks into the new school year, colleges and universities across all 50 states have reported more than 37,000 cases of COVID-19. UNC Chapel Hill, among the first and largest schools to reopen for in-person classes, was also one of the first to reverse course, sending students home to complete the semester online after just 130 COVID cases were reported. Several colleges, including Towson University, East Carolina University, and SUNY Oneonta, have now done the same. For schools who had plans, PPE, and ample testing, the question quickly turned to what went wrong. The answer may be as simple as campus life getting in the way. Despite warnings, guidelines, and pledges, students continue to gather off campus, mostly for parties. That has led some local officials, like the mayor of Tuscaloosa, to close bars for at least 2 weeks.
The ever-increasing number of coronavirus cases on campus will create 2 major disruptions for Tuscaloosa if left unabated.
The governor of Iowa following suit.
So while we still know that this population is less likely to be severely impacted by COVID-19, it is increasing the virus activity in the community, and it's spilling over to other segments of the population.
The Greek system also facing heavy scrutiny, with outbreaks traced back to fraternity and sorority parties. Indiana University now recommending that all students living in Greek housing reconsider their living situation. NYU, Ohio State, Purdue, and West Virginia University have all suspended students for violating safety precautions. Northeastern University and Massachusetts went a step further, dismissing 11 students for the semester without returning their tuition. Along the way, public health experts have urged schools to keep students on campus as opposed to sending them back home, even if community spread was detected.
Please isolate at your college. Do not return home if you're positive and spread the virus to your family, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents.
The jury is still out on whether colleges can successfully pull off in-person classes. Experts say the more planning and options a school offers, the better.
The ones who are doing that and who have the capability of handling students who ultimately get infected seem to be successfully being able to open.
So, how are schools addressing this? A lot of people say they want more transparency. Both Michigan and Virginia Tech have COVID dashboards informing the school community about tests, confirmed cases, and in Michigan's case, occupancy for quarantine housing, which is currently listed at 10% full.
I'm meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11Alive Storm Tracker, still talking with about 150 people on Facebook Live right now. And a lot of folks are asking about specifics about the weather, so that's what I'm here to talk to you about right now. Patty Timmons just says, will it rain next week? That answer is yes. We're going to see a better rain chance, and that all is starting now with the moisture content in the air that's starting to build up. You noticed the humidity levels rising today. You probably saw the additional cloud cover mixing in today, and it just started feeling a little more muggy. And also, we've been tracking a few showers that have been coming in from the east. We haven't really seen much in the form of rain here in Atlanta, but there have been some showers. Some light rain just went through Athens a little while ago. It's falling apart as it goes through areas of Walton County, moving into the southern parts of Gwinnett County. Just a few sprinkles left with that, but it's all falling apart. And this is originating from the Atlantic, this moisture. With that easterly flow, it's picking up some of the Atlantic moisture, spreading it into South Carolina, North Carolina. Some of that makes it into Georgia. And there's going to be more coming in as well, as we still have a potential tropical system that is out in the Atlantic. And even if it doesn't develop into a full-fledged tropical depression or a tropical storm, it's going to be an area of low pressure that will spread more moisture our way, and that's going to help to increase our rain chances. Take a live look out there right now. We showed you this live look at Athens a few minutes ago. Here's another look at that. And you can see the roads are just a little bit damp in Athens from some of that light rain that came through just a little bit earlier. Nothing really heavy there, just kind of wet the roads up in Athens and kind of maybe cooled things off just a little bit too. Take a look at these temperatures. Athens is now at 76. That's cooler than what we have here in Atlanta. We're at 79. Duluth, you're still at 80 degrees. Elsewhere, most of these temperatures are in the 70s, but Dalton up in northwest Georgia, you're a little warmer at 81 degrees. Watch these temperatures tonight as they'll be falling through the 70s overnight and then bottoming out in the lower 70s earlier in the morning with clouds and then a mixture of sunshine and clouds early in the morning. And then we'll see that rain chance on the low end tomorrow afternoon at about a 30 to 40% chance for showers. Highs near 86 on our scale from 1 to 7. 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day, we're going to give it a 7 on the wazometer. All right, here's that easterly flow, picking up some of that moisture. Not all of it making it to us here in Atlanta. Just a few showers in the morning possible over on the east side at noontime, mostly cloudy skies. And then in the afternoon, you can see some of those scattered showers. That'll be with us, about a 30% chance for that. And that dies out as we go into Thursday into early on Friday. And then Friday afternoon, more moisture. feeds in here, we'll see a little better chance for some scattered showers on Friday. 50% chance Saturday, and then even higher chances on Sunday and Monday as well as this moisture feed continues to move our way. All right, we've got a couple of additional developments that we're watching right now. We've been talking about this one off the coast of the Carolinas. It has now only a 20% chance of developing over the next 5 days. Now there's another system that we're keeping an eye on here. This one we have to watch because it could move into the Gulf of Mexico and develop, but right now it has a 0 to 20% chance of development. Now, I've got to come way out in order to see this coming off the coast of Africa. That system within the red has a 90% chance of developing over the next 5 days. And then there's another one here in yellow coming off the coast of Africa with a low risk of development too. So this is the active time of the hurricane season. In fact, tomorrow is the statistical peak of hurricane season. And we've got a lot of activity out there we have to watch. We also have Paulette and Renee, both tropical storms in the Atlantic. We'll show you those tracks coming up in our next half hour. Meanwhile, take a look at your 7-day outlook. See those rain chances going from 30% Thursday, 50% Friday and Saturday, then a 60% chance for showers Sunday and Monday. Those are the days with the highest rain chances. Back to 40% Tuesday and Wednesday with some slightly cooler air coming in for the middle of next week too.
It's game week for the Falcons, how they are getting ready for the Seahawks. A really tough matchup in week 1. A report from Flowery Branch is next.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscast not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find... All right, enough about training camp. It's game week. The Falcons are getting ready for the Seahawks this Sunday. Maria Martin reports from Flowery Branch with how the team is getting ready.
All of the unpredictability and the questions about whether or not we would actually have a football season can be thrown out the window because it is finally game week. The Falcons will be hosting the Seahawks on Sunday inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and this is a very critical year for the Falcons. They haven't made the playoffs since 2017, and they've got veterans across the board.
For us, having a man like Matt and Julio to that effect too, to come in and teaching and being on the same page, I would say that kind of experience, it's huge.
No preseason games for any of the 32 teams, so it's going to be hard to figure out what we're actually going to get on Sunday.
I don't think it's going to take 4 weeks for it to get back to
what everybody is used to seeing. I think it's going to happen pretty quickly.
And don't forget, the Falcons also have put a lot of stock into what Todd Gurley could potentially provide to their run game. That'll be exciting to watch finally on Sunday. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
To giving you facts, not fear, on 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving.
Police are investigating a case of suspected child abuse posted to Instagram that's been viewed more than 1 million times. The tip started pouring into law enforcement soon after. But as Joe Henke found, it's taken some time to sort out where this happened.
Law enforcement from Athens to Jackson, Clayton, and Gwinnett counties have all spent time investigating the videos, with Gwinnett County Police today confirming they believe the incident took place in their county.
She gonna learn from me before she learned the hard way from somebody else.
3 Instagram videos posted this week totaling 36 minutes with 1 million+ views. A man is seen in a garage with a teenage girl he says is his daughter. We are not identifying him as police have not charged him with a crime. At times, he appears to hit her, pins her to the ground, and sits on her chest and neck. He describes it as punishment for breaking rules. And today, Gwinnett County Police told me that this is an active first-degree child cruelty investigation, but detectives have not confirmed exactly when or where the incident took place. In a 4th video, the man mentions the girl running away.
Now, what I was doing by sitting on my daughter's chest is trying to show her exactly how easy it is for somebody else to get control of her.
And after the videos were posted online, several law enforcement agencies began receiving phone calls and opened investigations. The Jackson County Sheriff tells me her investigators determined the incident did not take place in their county, but she still made sure to contact the state.
It wasn't something I wanted to stop with. I wanted us to contact the Family and Children's Services and make sure that this child is safe, because that's the Bottom line to me is to make sure she's safe.
A psychotherapist I talked with late this afternoon, he told me in addition to the alleged physical abuse, this girl could be dealing with mental and emotional trauma from the videos going viral.
Bully pulls you aside in school and bullies you and nobody's watching, you've got the problem of being bullied. But if they bully you in the schoolyard in front of everybody, then you've got this added thing of humiliation.
That was Joe Henke reporting. So Gwinnett County Police also tell Joe a detective has talked with the girl and she is now in a safe place. No word from police, though, if that means she has been removed from the home or not. The man accused of killing his girlfriend and her mother outside a Dunwoody apartment complex faced a judge today. No bond was set for Justin Turner because of the seriousness of his charges. He will have to appear before a Superior Court judge to determine that. The victim's family says Turner opened fire because Krista Williams was trying to leave him. Her mother caught in the crossfire while trying to protect her daughter. A GoFundMe has now been set up for Williams' brother, who was also shot but survived. If you'd like to help, look for it in this story in the As Seen on TV section of the 11Alive app. Right now, Gwinnett County Police are looking for the shooter in a deadly confrontation outside an extended stay motel. The situation also caused some schools nearby to go into a soft lockdown. Police were called a little after 11 this morning and found a man dead in the parking lot of the Homestay Suites on Stone Mountain Highway. Witnesses said the man was arguing with the shooter. 3 Gwinnett County schools were placed on a soft lockdown while police searched for the man, and Shiloh High School had to delay dismissal. The students were all allowed to go home eventually after police searched the area with canines. Police made an interesting discovery as they searched Dalton Potter's trailer. Potter is the Texas man who was in a shootout with Whitfield County deputies Monday morning. Investigators say Potter shot a deputy who is okay, then later crashed his SUV and trailer and ran away. Police say that trailer was stolen from Chattanooga and they found explosives in it. If anyone has information on Dalton Potter, who faces several charges, you are urged to call 911. Parts of the West Coast are dealing with a really strange sky. Check it out. It was orange because of the rapidly spreading wildfires. In the Bay Area, you couldn't see a sunrise as the fog and smoke just covered the city. The fires have consumed more than 2 million acres. That is 20 times more than what burned in all of last year. And Chris asks, how people breathe and how the weather forecast. Pretty pictures, but it's not a pretty situation.
It really isn't, and it does affect air quality there. Their air is extremely dry with the Santa Ana winds, and that's why they're seeing those wildfires there. Meanwhile, our air is getting a little more humid. We had dry weather over the weekend, low humidity, but now that humidity level is building back up, and with that, we're seeing a better chance for rain. Folks in California would love to see some humidity coming in and higher rain chances, but we have it here in our area. Now, this is coming in from the east off of the Atlantic. We've had just a couple of little scattered light showers over on the east side. One of them moved through Athens into parts of Oconee County, started falling apart into Walton County, didn't really even make it over into Gwinnett County. It's all falling apart. And you can see a few more showers back into South Carolina, also North Carolina. And this is coming in off of the coast, bringing in some of that Atlantic moisture. And that's where we have a potential tropical system that we think is most likely not going to become a depression or a storm, but it is going to be an area of low pressure that will keep bringing that moisture inland, and that's going to enhance our rain chances. Take a live look at this right now. This is our tower cam from Gwinnett County, looking down on the Infinite Energy Arena, also down on the parking lot there in Gwinnett. And yeah, you can still see that it's dry. We didn't see any of those light showers that made it into Gwinnett County. Here's the forecast track for the rest of the nighttime hours. You see this easterly flow. A lot of times folks are used to seeing rain coming in from the west. With this situation, we have winds and a flow coming in from the east. That's picking up that Atlantic moisture, spreading it our way. The trend is that a lot of it falls apart as it moves in, but during the day tomorrow, especially in the afternoon, I do think we'll see a few of those making it to the Atlanta area. Not a washout, though. Stay with us. We'll break down those rain chances and take a closer look at the track of Paulette and Renee out in the Atlantic.
The state of Georgia would save $90 million a year if it pulls out of healthcare.gov, the insurance buying site that materialized under the Affordable Care Act. But a report last week warned the move could cause thousands of Georgians to lose their coverage. Doug Richards is looking into both sides.
The state says it wants to eliminate healthcare.gov because doing so would make it easier for health insurance buyers to find more health insurance choices.
It's a very limited marketplace.
Kyle Wingfield of the conservative Georgia Public Policy Foundation says healthcare.gov doesn't list many of the less expensive health insurance options available in Georgia. Governor Brian Kemp proposes eliminating healthcare.gov in Georgia and moving those customers to a state-backed site.
People can't see all the plans that they potentially could buy. They can only see the plans for which they'd be eligible for subsidies.
Don't those choices already exist? And doesn't this actually limit them?
The choices do exist if people know to go looking for them, but they have to go to multiple places.
Wingfield says the state would save $90 million a year if it pulled out of healthcare.gov.
And it would be able to stop sending that money up to Washington and could redirect the money to other purposes here.
It helped me have insurance.
Musician Jason Steele uses healthcare.gov, which he says helped get him insurance that covers a pre-existing condition. He doesn't want the state to eliminate the site.
By losing the healthcare.gov and the ease of use of that, what it is to be able to sign up, I probably wouldn't have been able to get insurance.
But Wingfield contends Governor Kemp is trying to improve health care coverage without costly expansion of Medicaid under Obamacare.
The current system isn't working very well for a lot of people. And so it's time to innovate and try to see if the private sector can do a better job than the government can.
The Brookings Institution says that Kemp's plan would cause tens of thousands of Georgians to lose their health care insurance. The Kaiser Family Foundation says nearly 130,000 Georgians have already left healthcare.gov since 2016.
Vice President Mike Pence met with pro-life supporters today in Pennsylvania. He made another trip to a key battleground state where he spoke with members from Women's Choice Network. That's a pregnancy resource center and clinic.
It's amazing to think of more than 7,000 little babies just like yours that were born into this community and into this world because of the care and love in part of the Women's Choice Network.
Joe Biden took a little time out of his campaign schedule to do some shopping while on the campaign trail in Michigan today. The Democratic presidential nominee stopped at a store called 313 in Detroit. It's 313 for the area code there in Detroit. He actually pursued some items and got some little Detroit gear there right off the street there in downtown outside the shop. Biden said he was shopping for his grandchildren and purchased 2 T-shirts. He wrapped up his day with a roundtable discussion with steel workers. Many of us are wearing masks every day, whether we're going to school, work, or even to the store, right? But just how often should you be washing your mask, and could it be causing blemishes? That's ahead.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during Primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
They become part of our daily routine for most of us, talking about our mask, but most probably aren't washing or replacing them as often as we should. So what exactly is living on our mask, and could it make you sick? Let's just say you may want to wash your mask or grab a new one after you see this. NBC's Vicki Nguyen reports.
We wear them almost everywhere we go. From the grocery store to working out, our face masks are on. Our kids even wearing them in the classroom. While they help prevent the spread of COVID-19, just how dirty can they get?
To find out, we're enlisting the help of our Today family. I brought brown paper bags for everyone. I'm going to hand them to y'all, and then I need you to just put your masks inside the bag with your name on it, and then let's swab them and see what's on the outside, what's on the inside. Craig, this is for you.
Okay.
Savannah.
I don't even really want to do
I know mine's filthy. I can tell you right now.
You think yours is clean?
No, it's pretty good.
Mine is filthy.
I do disposable, so how dirty can mine possibly be?
Hoda, we've seen your purse, so don't be too overconfident.
I vote Savannah's is the grossest. That's my guess.
Dylan and Chanel hand over their face masks too.
This is going to be a good experiment.
I also add mine into the mix. I've been wearing it all week. I get to work with special sterile swabs. They won't detect if coronavirus is present on a mask, but they will pick up any bacteria.
Savannah's mask.
I start with Savannah's.
Cute mask.
First, I get the inside of each mask, the part that touches your nose and mouth.
All right, gotcha, Hoda.
I change gloves in between each mask. And I use a different swab on the outside.
Outside of Dylan's mask here, this is Chanel's. Outside of her pretty pristine, brand new looking mask.
Remember, the outside of the mask is the part we likely touch the most with our hands.
Stylish mask, Craig. That looks like a coffee stain.
I label each swab, and then they're off to the lab.
Here you go, Dr. Whittier.
We enlist the help of Columbia University microbiologist Dr. Susan Whittier. She transfers whatever's on the swabs to a petri dish. After 72 hours, the results are in.
All right, drum roll, please. This is the moment we've been waiting for.
So these are the swabs that we cultured.
Whose masks had nothing on them?
DD was negative.
Dylan Dreyer, you found no bacteria on the outside or the inside of her mask?
Not one colony.
But what about the rest of us? Savannah, Hoda, Chanel, and I all have skin bacteria growing on the inside of our masks.
That does make sense because a large majority of the mask is on your chin or, above your nose.
They can't make you sick.
Right. That's just our normal skin flora, our normal skin bacteria that we would find on, 100% of people.
And outside the masks, Craig had a little skin bacteria. But Savannah and Hoda?
There was a lot of growth. It was quite surprising. It was like, oh my gosh.
And you're a scientist.
Yes, exactly.
Take a look. The swabs from Savannah and Hoda's masks picked up the most bacteria. Each had a different strain of Pseudomonas, a bacteria found in tap water.
It's not harmful. I would see that as kind of an indication of somebody touching the outside of their mask with damp or wet hands.
Good to know. Your dirty mask probably won't get you sick, but it can cause skin irritation and even outbreaks.
What is maskne? Is it real?
Yes, maskne is absolutely real. I know because I suffer from it myself.
Dr. Mona Gohara is an associate clinical professor of dermatology at Yale School of Medicine.
Maskne comes from friction and rubbing. It's also coming from the fact that there's moistness and humidity under those masks.
And she says some mask materials are better for your skin than others.
The masks that are better at preventing acne are cotton masks and disposable masks. And that's because they're lighter and more breathable. The masks that can promote maskne are those made of polyester and rayon because the humidity gets trapped under them.
But you can prevent maskne by washing your mask often. Dermatologists suggest if you have sensitive skin, try using the same cleanser to wash your mask that you use on your face. Tips to keep you and your skin healthy during the pandemic.
Vicky says she was pretty surprised that there was no big difference in the cleanliness of the cloth mask versus the disposable mask. Dylan's was disposable and there was no bacteria, but there were also nothing major found on Craig's mask, which was cloth. How about that?
We continue to watch this easterly flow that is bringing in some Atlantic moisture, increasing our clouds, humidity, also bringing us a little better rain chance tomorrow. We've been tracking a few showers that have been moving through East Georgia, and as they push over toward the west, they are falling apart. Some of those went through Athens earlier. We do have some showers out I-20 from Augusta over toward Thompson, and then stretching down toward Macon. Those have a little better areas of rain with them, a little more moderate rain. That's also going to weaken as it moves over to the east. But over in Putnam County, around Lake Oconee, keep an eye on that, as some of those showers may make it your way in just a little bit. And this is all, again, from the Atlantic, this moisture pushing in with that easterly flow. Take a look out there right now, and you can see what we're watching here. This is our tower cam in Rome, where in northwest Georgia, it's dry. We haven't seen any showers there, and it looks really good in the Rome area right now. Take a look at this map, which is our moisture map. If you like dry air, you want to see the blue colors. If you like moisture, that's where you see those yellows, oranges, and even some reds. Now, we have the drier air over us right now, but you see all this moisture that is building out from the east, and that easterly flow is going to help to increase our moisture. Tomorrow, we'll go to about a 30% chance for a shower, and then going into Friday, you see as this moisture builds back in for Friday, also into Saturday, and then especially Sunday and Monday, even a higher moisture content in the air, which means our rain chances are going to be higher for Sunday into Monday. And then by Tuesday, they start to come back down a little bit as that pattern breaks, and we'll try to see some drier air that'll be coming in from the north. So for tomorrow, we're going to go with the 7 on the wasometer, highs near 86 degrees. We'll see a good coverage of clouds mixing in with the sunshine at times, and only about a 30% chance for showers in the afternoon. Tropical storm Paulette sitting in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean right now. It is going to keep moving on over to the west and then turn a little bit toward the north and west. It'll lose strength over the next couple of days, but then might start gaining strength again by the weekend and beginning of next week. Here's Bermuda right there. We still think a lot of our extended models are showing this, looking like it's coming toward the Atlantic coast, but taking a hard right turn and curving away. This is Renee. This is another tropical storm, 40-mile-an-hour winds. It could become a hurricane by late Friday into Saturday, and then it moves kind of to the north and west, and our extended models show that kind of meandering out there in the Atlantic as well. In fact, here are the spaghetti models for both of these systems. This is Renee. This is Paulette. See this one, how it looks like it's coming close to the coastline, but then it takes a hard right turn and curves away. And then the spaghetti models, once we get past 5 days with this, just kind of has Renee just kind of hanging out there in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. So of course we're going to monitor these, but we don't have any, real concerns with those two systems out there right now. And again, they're still active, so we haven't marked them off the list yet, but the next name would be Sally, and then Teddy, Vicky, and Wilfred. And as we've been telling you, if we run out of names on this list, we're then going to go to the Greek alphabet: alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, and on and on and on. So we'll see what happens with those systems. 30% chance for showers Thursday. Rain chances higher Friday and Saturday at 50%, higher again Sunday and Monday at 60%, then back to 40% Tuesday and Wednesday with some cooler air coming in for the beginning and middle of next week.
New tonight, one Atlanta Falcons player pulled off an awesome surprise in the midst of the pandemic.
I can get down on some ribs. Okay.
Defense tackle Grady Jarrett surprised his former 8th grade science teacher, Dr. Denise Richardson, as part of Academy Sports and Outdoors Teacher Appreciation Month. He brought the tailgate experience right to her backyard. She got everything from a grill to Falcons gear. Richardson currently works as a coordinator at Rockdale Public Schools. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every
Recruiting minorities for clinical trials remains a major issue, especially as we try to get a vaccine for COVID-19. The populations are still not diverse enough to develop a vaccine that works for everyone. Emory's top infectious disease specialist, Dr. Carlos Del Rio, talked about it during a briefing today, and Christy Diaz listened in.
It's hard sometimes to enroll minorities for a variety of reasons. Many of them are systemic issues of racism and discrimination, right?
Dr. Carlos Del Rio says even though abuse of minorities in clinical research doesn't happen anymore, there's a legacy that's hard to overcome.
There's a history of Tuskegee. There's a history of Henrietta Lacks. A lot of time as investigators, we spend time gaining the trust of the community.
COVID-19 has hit the African-American population disproportionately. That's why Dr. Del Rio says it is critical to have African-American, Hispanic, and other minority representation in the trials to make an effective vaccine.
The point is that the populations most impacted and most affected need to be represented in the trials.
At Emory, they have a recruitment team that works in the community they serve.
Our recruitment team is primarily African American and Hispanic individuals who can actually go to the community. They look like the community. They can then talk to people in the community.
Emory is working with Moderna on a clinical trial as we speak and is actively recruiting with the goal of finding people age 65 and up with 30 to 40% minority involvement.
If and when we have a vaccine ready, if you didn't have enrollment of minorities, then people are going to say, well, why should I put the vaccine in myself? And the reality is we need minorities to be the first in line for the vaccine.
All right, that's going to do it here for us in the 9 o'clock hour. I'll see you over on Up Late at 11 on our sister station, 11Alive. More news and weather coming up next here on the ATL with Jeff Hollinger.
Some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit
11Alive News Primetime on the ATL starts now.
Tonight at 10, could early voting glitches at the polls be a sign of what's to come in November? 7 weeks away, the issues officials are working through for the special election voting. The final phase of Gwinnett County School reopening plan now in the books. We hear from parents and teachers about how things went today. Plus, one mother shares her family's journey of surviving the coronavirus. We begin on this Wednesday night. Welcome, everyone. I'm Jeff Hollinger. First tonight, glitches at the polls for early voting in the special election. The snafu that forced some voters to wait while others headed to a new location. Some say this could be a sign of how the polls may operate for the presidential election in November. Natisha Lance is live in Atlanta to walk us through the highs and the lows, and there have been plenty of both.
Well, Jeff, as you mentioned, early voting for the special election to fill Congressman John Lewis's congressional seat came off to a rough start, and these are not the kind of issues that you want to have with a presidential election less than 2 months away. But Fulton County says these issues were out of their control. One day into early voting, and Fulton County hit some snags at the polls. The county set up 7 polling locations for voters to cast an early vote for a special election to fill Congressman John Lewis's 5th District seat. Mid-morning, we learned of issues at the Buckhead Library location. One of the issues involving the poll pads. The county was quick to tell 11Alive the problem was due to a technical error, and the blame fell on the vendor. This comes 3 months after a Fulton County commissioner called Fulton County management to task for voting issues during June's primary.
It's another black eye for Fulton County, in my opinion.
Remember this? Widespread issues at voting precincts across the state forced voters to wait hours in line as workers tried to troubleshoot malfunctioning voting machines. Today's delay left some voters waiting again. Others gave up and moved to another location. And Fulton County tells us the technical issue that they had was not just isolated to Fulton County, but we didn't receive any complaints from any other counties. Now, early voting will go through September 25th. And of course, we are Where Atlanta Speaks, so we want to hear from you about what you are experiencing as you are voting, the good and the bad, everything. And if there are issues, we will try to get you answers.
Tisha Lance on a beautiful evening in Atlanta to be out of doors talking about voting. An ever-vexing issue seemingly in this city and in this community. A crucial part of making any election work is having enough people running the polls. Georgia needs thousands more. Poll workers check your ID. They help operate the voting machines. You know how it goes. The state says it needs to recruit about 5,000 more before November 3rd. That's 55 days away. Here's Cheryl Preheim.
You could literally be a poll worker and create a lot of change.
There is an effort to recruit a new generation to get active on Election Day beyond voting.
We're always told, vote, vote, vote. And yes, you should vote. But also we need young people to take up the reins to actually work the polls.
Traditionally, most poll workers are over age 60, high risk for COVID-19, so many are choosing not to work this year.
So the fact that I was able to be a young person on site.
Evan Marlborough worked the primary in Metro Atlanta.
And the fact that my precinct was able to run smoothly is a testament to the fact that why we need more younger people like me at the polls.
He knew he needed to help find more young workers after some precincts saw hours-long lines. He went on Instagram, helped bring on 700 workers, a dent into the greater need less than 2 months from Election Day. Atlanta Dream star Renee Montgomery is part of More Than a Vote. LeBron James started it to fight voter suppression.
When it comes to voter suppression and poll workers, they're synonymous because you need all of it to work right.
The arena where she played until taking a year off to focus on activism has a solution. The Atlanta Hawks will utilize all its arena staff, 350 workers. Fulton County will train them to staff the 700,000 square foot voting space for Election Day.
The Hawks say the primary was their preseason. 150 employees worked the polls. It went smoothly. They're more than doubling the poll workers, knowing that there will be more voters for the general election. If you'd like to help, here are the qualifications listed on the Georgia Secretary of State's website. A poll worker has to be a U.S. citizen. You also have to be a resident of the county. If you want to work in it, you have to be at least 16. You need to be able to read, write, and speak English. And then, of course, there are restrictions for candidates and immediate relatives of candidates who are running for office. We posted a link to apply to be a poll worker on 11alive.com. The need is real. It is great. You can also read more about the requirements and the responsibilities if you are chosen. A new report from the White House Coronavirus Task Force showing Georgia making progress, but there still are concerns about hotspots in Hall, Cherokee, and Clark counties as well. Just over 1,900 new cases were reported statewide today by the Georgia Department of Health. That's down slightly from last week's average. 58 new deaths were reported, which is still very high for our state when you compare it with the numbers that we have seen through the pandemic. Hospitalizations are down again today, but testing numbers are still on a roller coaster ride, up one day and down the next. 15,000 new results were reported today, which may imply the higher numbers we saw yesterday could be from clearing out a backlog over the holiday weekend. The final phase of the Gwinnett County School reopening plan is in the books. Today, thousands of students headed back to the classroom. 11Alive's Brittany Klein-Peters spoke to parents and teachers about how things went.
I have not had to ask one sixth grader to keep on their mask. They keep it on the entire day. So far, I think it's going as great as it could be.
Getting back on track in Gwinnett County, more than 71,000 students in all grades went to class at school on Wednesday. It was a part of the district's final phase for in-person learning for parents who chose that option. But parents, along with students and teachers, agree things definitely look different.
We can't play in the playground and we can't share to help out, and we have to stay in our area.
We're so used to coming together in a big group on the carpet and sharing materials and playing games together, and we can't do all of that. So it just feels very unnatural.
I asked my daughter yesterday, in fact, about how she's feeling about wearing a mask all day long, and she said that she's used to it.
First grade teacher Liz Hodup returned to the classroom. She brought her first grade son with her, but kept her two older children at home.
I mean, I know every family has to make the choice for themselves that they feel benefits them the most. It's just weird being on the teacher end and the parent end of an in-person kid and digital kids. Just trying to find the balance of it all has been kind of crazy.
The families I spoke with said that the biggest differences they've seen include smaller class sizes, one-way hall directions, and taking breaks to disinfect surfaces. A district spokesperson says 106,000 students are still learning virtually.
A 15-year-old boy shot and killed in Gwinnett County. It happened last night on Bernice Court. That's in Lawrenceville. Police are telling us today it appears the shots were fired during a drug deal of some kind. At last check, they're still looking for the gunman, trying to figure out how this all transpired. The state of Georgia would save $90 million a year if it pulls out of the healthcare.gov, the insurance buying site that materialized under the Affordable Care Act. But a report last week warned the move could cause thousands of Georgians to lose coverage. Here's Doug Richards.
The state says it wants to eliminate healthcare.gov because doing so would make it easier for health insurance buyers to find more health insurance choices.
It's a very limited marketplace.
Kyle Wingfield of the conservative Georgia Public Policy Foundation says healthcare.gov doesn't list many of the less expensive health insurance options available in Georgia. Governor Brian Kemp proposes eliminating healthcare.gov in Georgia and moving those customers to a state-backed site.
People can't see all the plans that they potentially could buy. They can only see the plans for which they'd be eligible for subsidies.
Don't those choices already exist? And doesn't this actually limit them?
The choices do exist if people know to go looking for them, but they have to go to multiple places.
Wingfield says the state would save $90 million a year if it pulled out of healthcare.gov.
And it would be able to stop sending that money up to Washington and could redirect the money to other purposes here.
It helped me have insurance.
Musician Jason Steele uses healthcare.gov, which he says helped get him insurance that covers a pre-existing condition. He doesn't want the state to eliminate the site.
By losing the healthcare.gov and the ease of use of that, what it is to be able to sign up, I probably wouldn't have been able to get insurance.
But Wingfield contends Governor Kemp is trying to improve health care coverage without costly expansion of Medicaid under Obamacare.
The current system isn't working very well for a lot of people. And so it's time to innovate and try to see if the private sector can do a better job than the government can.
The Brookings Institution says that Kemp's plan would cause tens of thousands of Georgians to lose their health care insurance. The Kaiser Family Foundation says nearly 130,000 Georgians have already left healthcare.gov since 2016.
Second Lady Karen Pence visiting Georgia today, Atlanta, to raise awareness on the mental health program for veterans. She was at Emory Healthcare, the veterans program, discussing efforts to help service members deal with stress and trauma. Her visit coming days after President Trump accused of making derogatory remarks about U.S. service members, it appeared in The Atlantic. We did not have an opportunity to ask any questions. The video was provided by Emory. Local media not invited to attend today's tour. Coming up after the break, One Family's COVID-19 blog shows you the emotional toll the virus can have.
And we have an easterly flow now that's increasing that moisture content in the air. You can see some of these showers in South Carolina, a few of those making it into East Georgia. Stay with us. We'll let you know when our rain chances will go up.
This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage.
New tonight, a heartbreaking story of how coronavirus and the outbreak hit one family. Within 1 week, a mother, father, daughter, and son-in-law contracted the virus, probably from each other. The mother and father said at one point they both thought they were going to die, and during their illness, the Athens mother created a detailed blog about their battle. She shared her story with 11Alive's Hope Ford.
Cindy Nason and her family were doing everything they could to keep from getting sick.
My husband stocked up the closets. He started washing our money. When he went to the grocery store, he started wiping everything down.
But after months of a strict regimen, Cindy and Gary both started coughing on July 19th.
Monday, I had a fever, and then Tuesday, I lost my taste and smell.
They tested positive for COVID. Cindy spent a week in the hospital with pneumonia, and at home, Gary developed it too.
He was home screaming out in pain.
As the couple struggled, they learned their daughter and son-in-law also had COVID. Cindy started worrying about her 2 young grandsons. She was around them a few days before testing positive.
If I got one of my grandkids sick, it would be devastating.
Both young boys, ages 7 and 2, were fine. When Cindy left the hospital, she decided to write down everything she experienced in a blog-style post on Facebook.
I needed to get it out of my head. The mental and the emotional, way heavier than the physical.
She says the scariest part was not knowing if things would change for her and her family in an instant.
So I was thinking, we have a will, that's all set, and you think about the kids. Gary shared with me that he was here, and he was literally thinking, I'm going to die and my family's going to come in here and find me.
But they all survived. And Cindy hopes her blog saves someone from the mental anguish of not knowing what will happen if they contract COVID.
So that hopefully will give people a little bit of a peace of mind instead of going in and just being so scared.
Cindy says she and her husband still have lingering effects from fatigue to losing thoughts mid-sentence. Recently, her husband did go back to work, and she is finally seeing her grandchildren again from afar in their backyard while both wear masks. You can read her blog. You can visit our website, 11alive.com. Incredible and terrifying images from the West Coast tonight. Dozens of wildfires raging unchecked across a number of states in the Rocky Mountain West and the West Coast as well. This is San Francisco, the Bay Area. There was the Bay Bridge. That is San Francisco right there. It looks like the apocalypse, doesn't it? With the skies full of smoke and the Coit Tower there as well. And man, oh man, it is something to see. The early blast of cold helping calm some fire conditions in the Rocky Mountain West from Wyoming to Colorado to New Mexico, allowing some to avoid evacuations. But it has been a mess out west. They've had like a 75-degree temperature change in the course of what, about 30 hours, something like that, Chris. Here in Atlanta, much different story, very, very mild.
Yeah, we do have mild weather here. We have the moisture that's building back in thanks to the east wind that's picking up some of the Atlantic moisture and bringing it our way. We haven't really seen much in the form of rain here in Atlanta, but we've been watching the humidity levels rise, and we've seen that increase in our cloud cover out there too. Most of the rain that we've been dealing with in Georgia has been over to the east of us, where we've had a few light showers coming in from South Carolina. One of those even went through Athens a little while ago, and then it fell apart going through Walton County, never really made it into Gwinnett County. We have a few additional showers here from Augusta. Some of that could make it into Putnam County in just a little while there, the south end of Lake Oconee. And then you can see additional showers in South Carolina, more in North Carolina here. And this is the Atlantic moisture that's pushing in. Some of this in association with a potential tropical system that even if it doesn't become a depression or a storm, it is still going to bring in a lot of moisture, and we'll actually get some of that here. Take a live look. I mentioned those light showers that came through Athens a little bit earlier. The roads, excuse me, were a little bit damp earlier. Those have dried up a little bit. The rain was really light as it came through Athens just a little while ago. Nothing really major coming through, barely even measurable. Now, you can see the humidity levels in the graph that we have here, where, you know, over the weekend it was so dry and comfortable. We had dew points in the 50s. It felt great. Well, now we're getting more humidity coming back in here. That's going to rise a little bit more tomorrow, Friday into Saturday, and then rise even more Sunday into Monday into the oppressive range with a lot of that moisture around. And that's going to correspond with the higher rain chances that we're going to be dealing with through the weekend and even into the beginning of next week, too. We're still holding at 80 degrees here in Atlanta, but we'll drop down into the 70s next hour. Most places are in the 70s. Athens, with that light rain that came through, cooled you down to about 76 degrees. Covington, you're 75. Even cooler in Carrollton right now at 71. Tomorrow, we're going to go with a 7 on the wasometer. That's our scale from 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day. Starting off at 71 in the morning, kind of mild to start, and then 86 in the afternoon. We'll see that mixture of sunshine and clouds, as well as about a 30% chance for showers. I really think a lot of us will make it through the day tomorrow without any rain at all. Just know there'll be a few of those spotty showers around. Here's that easterly flow coming in from the north and east, and there's some of that Atlantic moisture that gets tapped into that and spreads a little bit of rain our way. In the morning, I think we'll just have mainly clouds. There could be just a couple of isolated light showers, especially over on the east side. Then at noon, dry in Atlanta, a couple of showers over on the east side. Once we get into the afternoon hours here on Thursday, that's when we'll see a few more of these showers developing. But again, only about a 30% chance for that. That'll dry out, and then we'll see additional showers redeveloping again going into Friday, with the rain chances in the afternoon Friday coming up a little bit more, about a 50% chance for showers. That lingers into Saturday, and then even higher rain chances on Sunday and also into Monday. Hey, we've got a couple of new potential tropical systems that we're watching. We've been tracking this one off the coast of North Carolina that has about a 20% chance of developing before it moves inland, but it's going to be bringing rain in. There's a new potential system we're watching well to the east of Florida and east of the Bahamas. That's moving westward, and once this gets into the Gulf of Mexico, it has about a 20% chance of developing over the next 5 days. We'll keep watching that. And then out off the coast of Africa, two systems. We've been tracking this one in red. That's the one that has the better chance of developing at 90% chance. But then a new one has developed coming off the coast, about a 20% chance of developing there too. So those four, 3 of them have really low chances of development. 1 of them has the higher chance. So we'll keep an eye on those for you. 30% chance for showers Thursday, rain chance up to 50% Friday and Saturday, even higher chances Sunday and Monday, then back to 40% Tuesday and Wednesday, with some cooler air coming in for the middle of next week as well. Take a look at your weather wow moment for the day. This is from Luke Dockery, taken up around Lake Chatuge of a nice, beautiful sky with plenty of blue sky, some sunshine, but there you see those clouds that we're building in with some of that moisture today. Luke is one of our 11Alive community storm trackers. You can be one too. On Facebook, just search 11Alive community storm trackers. Ask to become a member of this closed group. We'll approve you, and then you can see what other people are posting from their neighborhoods, and you can post what's happening in your neighborhood too.
All right, coming up next, those thermometers that have become a way of life for all of us, might they cause more damage than good? Is there a health risk? We'll verify coming up.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth.
Well, you probably have seen the infrared thermometers. If you haven't experienced one yourself where somebody comes up to you and says, well, before you can come in, first of all, we've got to check out your forehead and see what your temperature is. But a viewer contacted us worried they could actually be harmful. So our Verify team set out to check the facts.
The concern is whether the infrared thermometers can damage a specific part of your brain. A viewer asking us, is it ever wise to aim an infrared laser light at the pineal gland? So we went to 11Alive medical expert Dr. Sujatha Reddy, who has been practicing medicine for over 2 decades.
So it actually is one of the safest ways there is for us to get through this pandemic because there is no contact. What the thermometer is doing is it's picking up essentially the amount of heat generated by the person you're pointing it at. The thermometer really isn't putting anything into that person. It's got a sensor.
The pineal gland produces hormones, specifically melatonin, and has been called the third eye. The viewer who contacted us was concerned pointing the thermometer at the gland could cause damage. But Dr. Reddy says the gland isn't even near the area being scanned.
The pineal gland is actually in the middle of your brain, really closer to the back of your head. It's not anywhere near your forehead.
So it's verified.
An infrared thermometer isn't going to damage your brain in any way.
If you have something you'd like for us to verify, you can send us your questions to verify@11alive.com.
Well, coming up, the story of masks and germs. You'll want to see this story, but maybe you should close your eyes and just listen to it. That's coming up next.
Best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home.
There is hope a vaccine will end the pandemic, but medical professionals are expressing concerns that clinical trials have failed to recruit enough minorities. Reveal investigator Rebecca Lindstrom talks with one woman about why she is getting involved.
Ashley Neely has never had COVID, but she may carry the antibodies anyway. That's because she just finished getting her second vaccine shot for the virus.
I do feel like I'm a part of history, and I'm hoping that this will help.
Neely knows medicine isn't one size fits all. You need to test treatments on different age and race groups. But a lot of Black people don't trust the medical system.
We've had a long history of us being abused and used and stuff involuntary and being lied to. Some of my friends were supportive. They definitely was like, you're being really brave, you're doing a great thing. And then, of course, some of my friends that are a little more blunt, called me crazy.
But knowing she's one of 30,000 people in the phase 3 vaccine trial gives her a bit of comfort. And Dr. Carlos Del Rio, a distinguished professor of medicine at Emory University School of Medicine, hopes there are more people like her enthusiastic to get involved.
You want to be sure that the most affected populations are represented.
In Georgia, Black people represent at least a quarter of our COVID cases, but so far in the Moderna study, they only make up 10% of its participants. And Pfizer, which is developing the vaccine Neely is testing, has only 7% Black representation.
If and when we have a vaccine ready, if you didn't have enrollment of minorities, then people are going to say, well, why should I put the vaccine in myself? And the reality is we need minorities to be the first in line for the vaccine.
News this week that AstraZeneca is putting its trial on hold after a participant had a serious adverse reaction doesn't relieve any fears.
That's how clinical research works. That is what clinical trials do. You are continuously seeing if there's any issues.
And the delay will allow the company to determine if the adverse reaction is even related to the vaccine. As for Neely, she says after her first shot, her arm was a bit sore.
I was very fatigued the next morning when I woke up, and I had some body aches and sweating, but it only lasted about 24 hours.
She says the worst part has been the actual COVID test, but hopefully today was her last one ever.
But I figured this is the only way we can get out of this pandemic.
The studies do take time. Neely says it's taken her about 4 hours on each of her visits, and she'll have to keep coming back every few months for the next 2 years. But if you do have the time and the heart to help, you can go to coronaviruspreventionnetwork.org. We'll be sure to put a link to that site on our website as well.
If you did not receive a stimulus check this summer and believe that you qualify for one, you want to watch your mail. The IRS says 9 million Americans have yet to claim their checks. These are people who typically do not file tax returns and need to register to claim the $1,200 check. The IRS will start mailing letters later this month to anyone who has not received theirs. If you're one of those, you have until October 15th to file your claim. Well, we all wear our mask no matter where we go, whether it's in the workplace or to the grocery store or to pick up our dry cleaning, but most do not replace the mask or wash them as often as they should. Here we go. Wash your mask or grab a new one. This is NBC's Vicki Wynn.
We wear them almost everywhere we go. From the grocery store to working out, our face masks are on. Our kids even wearing them in the classroom. While they help prevent the spread of COVID-19, just how dirty can they get?
To find out, we're enlisting the help of our Today family. I brought brown paper bags for everyone. I'm going to hand them to y'all, and then I need you to just put your masks inside the bag with your name on it, and then let's swab them and see what's on the outside, what's on the inside. Greg, this is for you.
Okay.
Savannah.
Right.
I don't even really want to do
I know
this.
mine's filthy. I can tell you right now.
You think yours is clean?
No, it's pretty dirty.
Mine is filthy.
I do disposable, so how dirty can mine possibly be?
Hoda, we've seen your purse, so don't be too overconfident.
I vote Savannah's is the grossest. That's my guess.
Dylan and Chanel hand over their face masks too.
This is going to be a good experiment.
I also add mine into the mix. I've been wearing it all week. I get to work with special sterile swabs. They won't detect if coronavirus is present on a mask, but they will pick up any bacteria.
Savannah's mask.
I start with Savannah's.
Cute mask.
First, I get the inside of each mask, the part that touches your nose and mouth.
All right, gotcha, Hoda.
I change gloves in between each mask. And I use a different swab on the outside.
Outside of Dylan's mask here, this is Chanel's. Outside of her pretty pristine, brand new looking mask.
Remember, the outside of the mask is the part we likely touch the most with our hands.
Stylish mask, Craig. That looks like a coffee stain.
I label each swab, and then they're off to the lab.
Here you go, Dr. Whittier.
We enlist the help of Columbia University microbiologist Dr. Susan Whittier. She transfers whatever's on the swabs to a Petri dish. After 72 hours, the results are in.
All right, drum roll, please. This is the moment we've been waiting for.
So these are the swabs that we cultured.
Whose masks had nothing on them?
DD was negative.
Dylan Dreyer, you found no bacteria on the outside or the inside of her mask?
Not one colony.
But what about the rest of us? Savannah, Hoda, Chanel, and I all have skin bacteria growing on the inside of our masks.
That does make sense because a large majority of the mask is on your chin or, above your nose.
They can't make you sick.
Right. That's just our normal skin flora, our normal skin bacteria that we would find on, 100% of people.
And outside the masks, Craig had a little skin bacteria, But Savannah and Hoda?
There was a lot of growth. It was quite surprising. It was like, oh my gosh.
And you're a scientist.
Yes, exactly.
Take a look. The swabs from Savannah and Hoda's masks picked up the most bacteria. Each had a different strain of Pseudomonas, a bacteria found in tap water.
It's not harmful. I would see that as kind of an indication of somebody touching the outside of their mask with damp or wet hands.
Good to know. Your dirty mask probably won't get you sick, but it can cause skin irritation and even outbreaks.
What is maskne? Is it real?
Yes, maskne is absolutely real. I know because I suffer from it myself.
Dr. Mona Gohara is an associate clinical professor of dermatology at Yale School of Medicine.
Maskne comes from friction and rubbing. It's also coming from the fact that there's moistness and humidity under those masks.
And she says some mask materials are better for your skin than others.
The masks that are better at preventing acne are cotton masks and disposable masks. And that's because they're lighter and more breathable. The masks that can promote maskne are those made of polyester and rayon because the humidity gets trapped under them.
But you can prevent maskne by washing your mask often. Dermatologists suggest if you have sensitive skin, try using the same cleanser to wash your mask that you use on your face. Tips to keep you and your skin healthy during the pandemic.
Vicki Wynn with an interesting story said she was surprised there was really no difference in the cleanliness between the cloth masks and the other. But nonetheless, the moral of the story is be ever mindful of whether your mask is clean or dirty. If it's dirty, get a clean one. Life is pretty simple when you break it down that way. President Trump under fire today after new audio recordings reveal that he knew how dangerous the coronavirus was weeks before the first confirmed deaths in the United States. Alice Barr in Washington with the details and how the White House is responding tonight.
The Washington Post reporting today that in taped interviews for a bombshell new book by acclaimed journalist Bob Woodward, President Trump admitted back in February he knew how deadly coronavirus was, even though he went on to downplay the threat to the American public.
You just breathe the air, and that's how it's passed. And so that's a very tricky one. That's a very delicate one. It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus.
A month later, the president acknowledged that young people were at risk.
Now it's turning out it's not just old people, Bob. Just today and yesterday, some startling facts came out. It's not just older.
Yeah, exactly.
Young people, to plenty of young people.
And said he was purposely playing down just how serious the virus was.
I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
Yes, sir.
Because I don't want to create a panic.
Between those two interviews, this is what the president told the country.
It's a little like the regular flu that we have flu shots for. And we'll essentially have a flu shot for this in a fairly quick manner.
Joe Biden responding today on the campaign trail in Michigan.
And while this deadly disease ripped through our nation, he failed to do his job on purpose. It was a life and death betrayal of the American people.
The White House insisting today the president never lied and acted quickly to maintain calm.
He took this seriously, but he still expressed calm. Our food supply chains were at risk, that we could not have mass runs on grocery stores.
The president's spokeswoman calling Woodward's reporting allegations, even though the conversations were taped with the president's permission.
One Texas fugitive captured, another still on the run, a trailer full of explosives involved. We're learning new details in this days-long search that began in a shootout near Dalton in North Georgia. The GBI tweeting today that explosives were found in the stolen trailer connected to Dalton Potter. The trailer was reported stolen out of Chattanooga. Potter still on the run days after the shootout. And with that bizarre picture of his, he is still being sought right now. He was in a shootout with Whitfield County deputies. One of the deputies got hit in the chest but was wearing a bulletproof vest. So this body cam video shows the moment the deputy, Daryl Hackney, approached the stolen trailer during a traffic stop. Once Hackney announced he was with the sheriff, then he pulls out the weapon right there and starts shooting him. We're not showing the video of the actual shooting. Hackney was not seriously hurt. Again, that's pretty awful. Amazing. Whitfield County Sheriff Scott Chitwood said that Potter didn't act alone. He says a second Texas fugitive, Jonathan Hosmer, was with him, but the two split after the shootout. Hosmer was captured yesterday morning. Police are still looking for Potter. Again, he is considered armed and dangerous. Police say if you see him, call 911. Both Potter and Hosmer are wanted in Real County, Texas for larceny and theft. Hosmer now facing several felony charges in Georgia involving firearms. Potter is now wanted for 5 counts of aggravated assault in Georgia. COVID talk at the ballpark. The governor spotted at a Braves game, then interviewed, talks about coronavirus.
We just got the latest forecast advisory in on Renee and also Paulette. Paulette now is forecast to become a hurricane, and so is Renee. We'll let you know if that will have any kind of impact on us.
Coming up, how did the Braves respond after getting shut out by the Marlins yesterday? You'll see coming up.
Answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference.
A conversation at Truist Park. A lighter interview with Governor Kemp on everything from COVID to the economic future of the state. Here's Nick Sturdivant.
So we're glad that baseball and sports are back.
What started off as a conversation about sports quickly shifted to how Georgia is handling the coronavirus pandemic.
We're continuing to open up our economy, and as good as we've been doing the last several weeks, you think about what we've been opening during that time, and that is our schools and our universities, and it's not without issues.
Governor Brian Kemp weighing in during Tuesday's Braves-Marlins game. Kemp discussing everything from schools reopening to what the future could hold.
Well, you know, we've made incredible progress with our COVID numbers. Our percent positive continues to drop. Our number of cases has been dropping. Our hospitalizations, which is one of the most important things that I look at, that has dropped. We're in a really good spot right now.
Tuesday, nearly 23,000 COVID test results statewide were released. That's more than double the test on Monday. As of Tuesday, there were about 1,600 coronavirus patients in hospitals across Georgia. Kemp says he's hopeful to get fans in the stands, not only at Truist Park, but elsewhere.
I believe that we're going to see college football with some sort of fan base there, is my hope.
That is Governor Kemp. There is some news to talk about The Walking Dead. As AMC has announced today, the longtime television drama will end with an expanded 2-year 11th season. So that does give you a little bit of time if you want to catch up before the finale. All seasons of the show have been filmed in Sonoya, Georgia, which has become Walking Dead country for fans and tourists. In 2007, there were only 5 businesses on Main Street. Today, there are more than 85 businesses in town with 0 vacancies. How about that?
Temperatures today made it up into the mid-80s. 85 degrees was our high this afternoon. Our average for this time of year is 84, so we are 1 degree above the average. This morning was kind of mild at 70. We should be around at 67. No rain officially at Hartsfield-Jackson, and our surplus is just under 13 inches above where we should be in rainfall for the year. Take a look at the weather headlines. We're going to see these rain chances, though, coming up, and we did see a few showers east of Atlanta today, and we'll see a few more of those lighter showers that will start moving in during the day tomorrow. And it's going to remain unsettled into the weekend as we see higher rain chances each and every day going into the weekend. And we've got a lot of activity going on in the tropics right now. I want to break down the tropics for you in this weather segment here, where we've got this one system that's off the coast of North Carolina that has about a 20% chance of developing into a tropical depression. Even if it doesn't, excuse me, it's going to be an area of low pressure, and it will bring some rain in, and we're going to tap into some of that moisture. A new potential system is here east of the Bahamas, and that is going to move westward and go into the Gulf of Mexico. And when it gets into the Gulf of Mexico, it will have about a 20% chance of development, but we may watch that number rising a little bit as it moves into the warm waters of the Gulf. And then, as you know, we've also been tracking this system coming off the coast of Africa. As it moves into this red development zone, it's going to have about a 90% chance of developing. And then a new potential system also coming off the coast, that yellow that you see right here, it has a 20% chance of development. So of these 4 that are potential systems, all of them are low risk. 3 of them are low risk, except for the one that's in the red there at 90% chance of developing. And we just got the newest data in. We also have Paulette and Renee. And Paulette's going to be one that we really have to watch. It's a tropical storm now, 60-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to weaken over the next couple of days and then strengthen a little bit more into Sunday. And then by Monday, now the latest plot has this becoming a hurricane as it nears Bermuda right here. The extended models still show this curving away, but as you know, with these tropical systems, don't bank on that right now. We're going to have to keep a close eye on it. Renee also is expected to become a hurricane briefly early on Saturday morning and then go back down to a tropical storm meandering out in the Atlantic through Monday too. And guess what? We're watching those spaghetti models, and you can see how this one, you know, it looks kind of interesting, like it's coming straight toward the Atlantic coastline, and then it takes a hard right and moves away. And then Renee kind of hangs out there in the Atlantic Ocean. The hurricane names, well, we're on Paulette and Renee right now. The next one will be Sally, then Teddy, Vicky, and Wilfred. If we run out of names before the season is over, then we'll go to the Greek alphabet. Now, tomorrow is the statistical peak of hurricane season. September 10th is the peak. It begins at the beginning of June, June 1st, and it ends on November 30th. And we're right there at that peak, and we've got a lot of action to watch out there. Here's a look at your 7-day outlook. 86 for a high tomorrow, 30% chance for a shower, 50% chances for rain Friday and Saturday, going up even more Sunday and Monday to 60%, then back to 40% Tuesday and Wednesday, with some slightly cooler air coming back in next week too.
You're more likely to go to jail than me.
Last night, the Braves were shut out by the Marlins, and fans worried about the pitching tonight. Something historic It's happened with baseballs all over the place. Ozzie Albies back in the lineup for Atlanta, but everyone else showed up too. Everyone in the lineup had at least one run scored. There were 6 home runs through 5 innings. And there is a new franchise record for the Braves with their 25 runs through 6 innings so far. The previous record was set by the Milwaukee Braves in 1957 when Hank Aaron was leading the way. Still, baseball left to play right now. They're up 25-8. Tip of the cap to the Marlins. Yuck. That's bad. All right, Atlanta United back on the pitch, winless in their last 3 matches. Taking on Inter Miami tonight. United down 1-0, but watch the effort by Eric Remedy. And he goes to the ground, but somehow gets a foot on the ball and he scores. So you get another look at it. He's on the ground, and how does he pull that off? Great athleticism and tough stuff. Still, first half, Miami's Lewis Morgan, a one-man show tonight. He scores both goals, and they held up. 2-1 the final in favor of Inter Miami. Rough season for the Five Stripes as it continues.
Something that Glassy's harping on at the moment is just sticking together. Atlanta United has a target on their back, and I think right now, we can't really feel sorry for ourselves. We've got a game in, 22 days, so our focus has to shift to that.
It is game week for the Falcons. They take on the Seahawks at Mercedes-Benz on Sunday. Maria Martin at Flowery Branch, and she has the very latest for us.
All of the unpredictability and the questions about whether or not we would actually have a football season can be thrown out the window because it is finally game week. The Falcons will be hosting the Seahawks on Sunday inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and this is a very critical year for the Falcons. They haven't made the playoffs since 2017, and they've got veterans across the board.
For us, having a man like Matt and Julio to that effect too, to come in and teaching and being on the same page, I would say that kind of experience, it's huge.
Veteran head coach, returning coordinators, and perhaps one of, if not the best, quarterback wide receiver duos in the entire NFL.
I think defenses think like that too. Like they've got Julio Jones. We've got to account for where he's at. So there's definitely an emphasis when you have a player like that to find ways to try and get him involved.
No preseason games for any of the 32 teams, so it's going to be hard to figure out what we're actually going to get on Sunday.
I don't think it's going to take 4 weeks for it to get back to what everybody is used to seeing. I think it's going to happen pretty quickly.
The people who paid the most with it not being a preseason, or some of the younger guys or especially guys trying to make a team, they didn't have that opportunity to go out there and compete against other teams and see what they can do on a game day.
And don't forget, the Falcons also have put a lot of stock into what Todd Gurley could potentially provide to their run game. That'll be exciting to watch finally on Sunday. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
Their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
We're going to see the rain chances coming up as we go through the end of the week and into the weekend. Tomorrow's rain chances about 30%, just for a few afternoon scattered showers. And the rain chances a little higher east of the city. And then on Friday and Saturday, we're up to an 50% chance for showers with highs that will be in the 80s, even around 87 Friday, 85 Saturday. And then even higher rain chances Sunday and Monday, 60% chance for rain with highs in the mid 80s. And then we come down a little bit Tuesday and Wednesday to 40%. We also see some cooler air coming in for Tuesday and Wednesday too. In fact, by Wednesday, high temperatures may struggle to get up to 80 degrees.
Okay, Chris, thank you. And thank you for watching 11Alive Primetime. Switch to 11Alive now for Up Late. Remember, the news continues all the time online, 11alive.com. Have a great evening, everyone.
COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trial.